We're on the other side of our cucumber trellis. These are the cucumber plants here growing up that direction. I was sitting on the other side of this. I done the last video. We're over here on this side now looking at the beans. We haven't come around and looked at them much yet. The beans will get a little bit taller. The beans don't get real big. These are what we call bush beans. These are green beans, and they're the round type green beans. So they're bush beans. And these plants will get up a little bit bigger than what they are now, but they don't get really, really big. These are starting to bloom. They got little forms. If y'all can see it there, if it's big enough, there's a little form right here, and there's one little flower fixing to open up. They got quite a few forms on these. In a few more days, we'll have quite a few flowers on these beans. They're a little bit different than the cucumbers. I talked about how the cucumbers have a male and female bloom, so they have to be pollinated by insects or something like that has to get in them and pollinate them. The beans don't have separate male and female flowers. The flower on the bean is male and female flower all together. They still have to be pollinated somehow, but they can get pollinated simply by the wind blowing and shaking the plant a little bit. Insects may go in them as well. They can get pollinated that way too, but they will make without necessarily having anything pollinate them, whereas the cucumbers we talked about, they have to have something to carry the pollen from the male flower to the female flower. Beans don't need that. Hopefully these will get ready. We're running a little late with our planting schedule this year, so these may not make it before Thanksgiving. I was hoping these would be ready by Thanksgiving. They may not quite make it because it usually takes 14 days or so after the blooms get fully open to make the beans. So we're kind of pushing a little close on whether or not they make it. We'll have to see how the flowers open up, see how the weather is, how fast they grow once they come on there. We'll come back and look at these again in about another week, and we should have quite a few little green beans on them by then.